Alright, well, hey everyone, Chris here with ChrisAnkele.com, and today I would like to talk about how to create and develop a niche for your small business. But before we get into that, I'd like to talk about what it is and why it's important. A niche is really a focused segment of an area of business. What it really boils down to is how you can offer the best value to your customers, and that's by creating a focus and doing what you do better than everyone else does. People want to do business with the experts. They'll start to come after you for what you do because you do it better, even though it's a tiny specific portion of a larger thing. That's the other benefit, is that you're now able to compete with large businesses because they are too busy doing their own broad range of products or services to compete with something specific as you're able to do. For example, Southwest Airlines, they are a no-frill, get-to-the-point airlines. They're all just about efficiency. They do very short flights, and they actually only run one jet. One I believe it's a 737 is all they run. So they've now become experts in maintaining and taking care of that. So they're all about efficiency, getting to the point, while other airlines are international, or they do cross-country, or they do whatever. They handle everything across the board. Well, Southwest Airlines is one of the few airlines that's actually, in the past, at least since 9/11, has been doing quite well. Student movers as well. The business that I operate actually operates in a niche market. I am, as you know, a moving and storage business, but for those of you that don't know, I work strictly with college students. And the way that works is, at the end of a school year, we come to your dorm, to your house, to your apartment. We pick up your things and move them to your new place, or we store them for part or all of the summer and move you back into wherever it is you're going to be moving afterwards. Actually, even more so than the students, it's actually a huge benefit for the parents, because they're the ones who have to come down and they have to work with the hassle of going through 1,000 people up and down stairs and dealing with traffic, and it just becomes a real pain. All you parents out there, I'm sure, like, oh my gosh, that's so true, because it really is. That's all I hear all the time from the parents, mostly more than the students. But if you think about it, the large moving companies, they're not able to do what I do because they have enormous vehicles. It wouldn't be very cost effective for them to hire someone, at $30 an hour with a huge vehicle to come and pick up 10 boxes from a bunch of college students, as well as I don't even know how they'd be allowed to get their vehicles on campus. So you look at that, I'm still moving in storage. I'm nothing different than anything else, but I'm focused specifically on students and their parents and satisfying their needs and providing value to them. So how do you find your niche? Well, really it comes down to, what are you interested in? What product or service do you know about? What's your your main interest? It really comes down to how can you take what's already there and make it unique. There's actually a daycare center business that started not too long ago. I read about it in a magazine. What they did is they just wanted to open up a daycare center. I forget what it's called, and I apologize for that. But what they did is, instead of just opening a daycare center and trying to get parents to bring their kids, they targeted large corporations at their headquarters, and they sold the service to the corporations, and the corporations then had it offered as a feature to their employees. So now their employees were happier, they could watch their kids easier. So the real target, the real niche, was the fact that instead of approaching the parents directly, they got them indirectly through the actual corporate business. And that's, daycare's daycare. So that's the niche. Processes as well can be a niche. If you look at the assembly line when it first came out, that was huge. That created one of the biggest competitive advantages in the past 150 years. But really what it comes down to is, what do people want? What's their interest? If you're going to open up a fried insect stand, you're probably not going to be in business for very long, because people aren't going to want that. Yeah, it's great to be specific, but you got to be specific in an area where people actually have interest. And then the other thing, when it comes to developing it, is marketing is going to be huge. Marketing is going to help you sink or swim, because really, if you're very specific, people are not going to know, they may not know about you, and in order to get the specific business, you have to find those specific people. And there are many ways to do that, and that's a little bit of a different direction that I would head in a different video that I would make. But what it boils down to is, really, you need to get the word out there to the right people. get the word of mouth spreading, get the internet marketing going, get the ads going. Just figure out where your group, your niche market, where those people, where their eyeballs are, where their ears are. Find out where that is, and that's where you want to hit them hard, because that's how you'll drive your business to you. And with that being said, that's pretty much where I'd like to close off. If you guys have any questions about niches or markets or anything like that, just feel free to let me know. You can comment on the video below. Otherwise, it's really warm out and I'm starting to sweat, and I think I'm going to go back to my place. I'll see you guys next week. Adios.